Was I right there beside him trying to be a ride or die, young, dumb, and stupid, put my life on hold for somebody who didn't have that shit together, girl, I ended up getting robbed in my relationship. Literally.
High volume, high volume, high volume.
Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Quay Simone, and I'm back with another video, y'all. 2 videos in 1 week. Okay, yeah, we getting back to it. I told y'all I'm not gonna disappear no more for no 6 months again. But anyways, as you can see by the title of this video, today is a little girl talk video. And we're gonna talk about toxic relationships, toxic friendships, toxic family members, just all things toxic, and how we gonna, how we get out of those toxic situations and, and level up on the motherfucker, okay? That's what we talking about today. Anyways, but while we talking, having our little girl talk, y'all know I gotta have me some wine, so I got my girl Taylor right here. I'm finna pump me some Taylor, cause yes ma'am, you got to have the wine, honey. It ain't a girl talk without no wine. And then, while we doing this, I'm gonna be doing my little makeup. Let me just throw out a disclaimer. I'm not no MUA. I'm not a professional MUA. I don't do nobody makeup on my own. I only know how to do my face. So you can get your wine out or you can do your makeup with me because, yeah, we finna get straight into it. Vaseline on my lips. As y'all know, my videos be all over the place, so I'm a little discombobulated, so just bear with me. Just bear with me, y'all. But let me get a little sip of my Taylor. But, okay. So, first things first, I'm about to do my eyebrows. I had got them waxed before I had went to Houston for my birthday. So they not too bad. But I just got me a little eyebrow pencil, y'all. And y'all can use whatever y'all want to use. And this how you know I'm not no makeup artist. I got all my makeup dumped in the basket, and I don't do no eyeshadow. I mean, I know how to do eyeshadow. I can. I just don't. I just do my everyday natural look, and that's what I do. And that's what we're gonna do. But anyways, we're gonna jump straight into what we're gonna be talking about today, y'all. So I don't know, been in one relationship not counting high school, because I done been in, we just not gonna count. We're not gonna count middle school, because I went in a relationship in high school. I was in middle school. I think I was in a relationship in 10th grade. But I only been in one real, what? I can't talk, y'all. I'm so country. I only done been in one real relationship, like, my whole life. So, like, after I graduated, I was 19 turning 20. I had got with somebody, and I was with them for 2 years. But baby, let me tell you something. It only takes one relationship to change you mentally and physically. I'm telling you, it only takes one. It only takes one. I know a lot of people got more experience than me, but baby, it only takes one. That's how I've been. And then with me growing up, y'all, I done been through a lot. Like, I done been through a lot. Like, when I be telling my life story to, like, older people, they be like, girl, you done been through more than me. And I'm only 23. I done been through a lot, from family trauma, childhood traumas. I've been on my own since I was 17. I moved out at 17. And I've been fending for myself ever since. I met my ex when I had graduated high school. I went to college for a semester. I dropped out of college. And I dropped out of college, I met him. And me and him was together for 2 years. We had 2 kids together. Both of my babies passed. They didn't make it. My first one was a stillborn, and my second one, she came out alive, but she was too little. She was only like 8 ounces. So yeah, she really didn't make it. But we're gonna get into the deets and the juicy details of all that. But y'all, I'm finna do my eyebrows. I can't multitask and talk to do my eyebrows. So yeah, we finna do this. And I don't know where my little brush thingy to brush my eyebrows up with, y'all. I don't know where it's at, but we finna make it do with it. Ooh, I still got some makeup on my... We finna make it do what it do, okay? But y'all, we have to... It is 2024. We're not dealing with nothing toxic anymore. Like, if it's toxic, we have to let it go, honey, because... When I tell y'all, it's not a good feeling being in something toxic. But I'm not gonna sit on here in this video and act like I'm just perfect, because I was 19, 20 in a relationship with somebody that was 6 years older than me. So of course I have my little toxic ways, my little childish ways. I'm not saying I'm perfect, because I'm not. I definitely did, but I definitely learned from that. And also, you know, when me growing up without like my mother and growing up without my father, don't know who my father is, like I didn't have that male guidance. So I had daddy issues. I still do to this day, but I'm working on it. So I'm not gonna sit here and say I was perfect throughout the relationship, but it definitely, y'all, what is this? And I'm on my lace right here that's lifting, y'all. We're gonna get it together by the end of this video. I'm giving it to y'all real raw and uncut, okay? But I had started doing my eyebrows off camera, but I was like, I never did a makeup video. So I want y'all to see it from beginning to end. So that's why I'm wiping my eyebrows off. But yeah, y'all, like I have a lot of stuff to talk about. If I could tell y'all about my whole life story, we'd be here for this would be a Tyler Perry movie, okay? But yeah, so hold on, y'all. Okay, so growing up, y'all, I did not like come from a like very family oriented family. I didn't come from like a very fortunate family. You know, my family have its issues, and you know, my mom didn't raise me. My aunt and my uncle raised me. My great uncle to be exact. He's my papa brother. Yeah, they raised me or whatever, and you know, I had it rough coming up, y'all. So like, I've always been like a loner. I've always been like a little introvert. I've never had many friends. The friends I still don't to this day, and I'm 23. Like the friends that I have now, or they're either my cousins that I grew up with, or they're friends that I had since high school. I have this one friend. His name is Tavy. I've been friends with him since 4th grade. And then I met another friend. I call him my brother. His name is Doc. We've been friends since college. When I went to college for a semester straight out of high school, we've been friends since then. So yeah, y'all. But y'all, I'm sorry, y'all trying to adjust this lighting. But and I talk about my makeup too bad because, like I told y'all, I'm not a professional. But yeah, have y'all ever? I know y'all done been in a toxic relationship, and if you haven't, please don't ever get in one, because I'm telling y'all, it's bad. Like, you know, being in a relationship with a narcissist, it's horrible. And then like with being young, and then even dating somebody, because I like older guys, it's not no secret. Like, but he was 6 years older than me. I was 19 at the time, 19, 20. I was with him until I was 21. And so like, y'all, like dating somebody older, they always gonna, well, I'm not gonna say this because everybody not like it, but like majority of the time when you young dating somebody older, they're always gonna like already like be gunning for you because you young. So like they feel like you don't know anything because you young and they this old and you have to listen to them. Like, no, honey, this like no. Like, you know, I have a mind of my own. I might be young, but you know, I still have a mind of my own. But y'all, and also when you date somebody older, like you're more prone to get manipulated. A lot of people say that I was getting groomed. I don't know. I guess that's how you would say it. I don't really know, y'all. I honestly don't know. But yeah, like I come from a toxic family. I ain't gonna lie, I had some toxic traits in me. I had some toxic traits, like dealt with a lot of toxic things. But you know, I'm a work in progress every day, you know. But I'm proud of myself because I got out of that toxic situation. Like, I definitely got out of it. Like, it wasn't a really good experience for me, you know, like being manipulated, you know. When y'all ever dealt with somebody where like y'all could be arguing about something or something that they did, and then they flip it on you to make it seem like you're in the wrong, or they flip it on you to make it seem like you're the one, you know, that reverse psychology shit, you know, it's a lot of that. It's a lot of that going on, like in these relationships these days. And these men, they just don't know how to be men anymore. They're too sassy. They always want to be controlling. Like, no, they can't handle the pressure of a woman having a mind of her own. And like, it's just, and then another thing, I blame social media and I blame society, because they glamorize this toxic behavior. They glamorize all this toxic shit and they think it's so cute. They got females thinking that it's cute being toxic. They got men thinking that it's cute to hit on women, and you know, that's not nothing cute, because coming from somebody who actually went through all that shit, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not finna sit up here and fake pump. Like, I'm not finna sit up here. we laid hands on each other in our relationship, like, you know, but growing up, you know, like, he hit me, I hit him, you know, I wasn't going out like no bitch, but at the end of the day, it's just like, that's not nothing you would want in a relationship. That's not healthy. Fighting each other is not healthy. I feel like when you get to the point where you have to lay hands on each other, it's not healthy. But y'all, that's just another story. And then, like, when me being pregnant, losing my kids, that was like very, yeah, I'm looking for my concealer for my eyebrow. That was like very traumatic for me because I lost both of my kids back to back. I got pregnant within a 3 month, back to back within a 3-month period. Like, the first time I was pregnant with a baby boy, and I lost him, and then 3 months later I got pregnant with a baby girl, and I lost her. But we argued a lot in our relationship. It was a lot of like I said, hitting each other, fighting, a lot of narcissist behavior. We, you know, things was just bad. Like, you know, I got cheated on a lot, even when I was pregnant. Like, it had me questioning my self-worth. Like, it had me questioning, like, you know, it just had me questioning myself, like, am I good enough? You know, like, why is he doing me like this? You know, why am I getting this type of treatment? And then I'm not gonna lie, I attracted a lot of like ill men, cause you know, but you know what, they say you are what you attract, and that is true, because I kept attracting these type of men because I wasn't healed myself. I didn't know no better. Like, growing up, like I said, my mama wasn't there, my daddy wasn't there, so it's just like, growing up, I wasn't, you know, I didn't really know how to be treated. I didn't really know nothing about self-love. I didn't really know, you know, how a lady was supposed to be treated. I didn't know, you know, where real love was. So, like, for a long time, I thought that them things were okay. Like, you know, growing up, like, people don't talk about that enough in the black community. Like, you know, we growing up thinking that stuff like that is okay, and that's not okay. Like, we thinking that's normal, and that stuff is not normal. Like, that is not normal. But it took me, you know, getting out of their relationship to, like, because I just feel like when it gets so bad to where, like I said, y'all laying hands on each other, y'all wishing death on each other, y'all arguing every single day, then it gets so bad, your family get involved, his family find your family, like, it was just bad, y'all. And then I just feel like, yeah, I think the score was like 102 maybe, because that nigga was cheating his ass off on me, and I just kept staying. My dummy stage, he was in and out of jail. And where was I? Right there beside him, trying to be a ride or die, young, dumb, and stupid. You know, put my life on hold for somebody who didn't have that shit together. You know, like, you know, girl, I ended up getting robbed in my relationship. Literally, like, not trying to put nothing out there, y'all, but like, it was that bad. I done been through a lot. It was that bad, y'all. Like, it was that bad to where, like, I had a gun put to my head, literally. Because somebody was coming to rob him, to look for him. I had a gun put to my head. I knew then I should have left, but what did I do? Stay a whole nother year and got pregnant back to back to back. But it's okay, though, because let me tell you something. Only you know when you tired. Only you know when you tired. That's why I don't judge nobody. Like, because every female had that dumb stage. Every female have, you know, that stage to where they really in love, and where they think they really in love, and you know, that's who they really want to be with. So no matter what they do, they stay. But only you know when you tired. But it didn't take me 10 to 15 years to know, like, that I'm tired. Like, no, 2.5 years I was up out of there. Now I've been single 2 years. Well, June of this year will make it 2 years I've been single. So yeah, but yeah, y'all, and it's just like toxic behavior. That's not, and I hate that social media. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing this. I hate that social media glamorize toxic behavior, because it's not cute for a woman to put her hands on a man, and it's not cute for a man to put his hands on a woman. Like, it's just not. Like, none of that toxic shit is normal. Like, none of that toxic shit is cute at all. And I hate that social media got us so much in the chokehold, thinking that this shit is okay. And like, and with me, y'all, like I said, I come from a toxic family. Like, not even just toxic relationship, like toxic friendships. Like, I had this one friend to where, like, hold on, y'all, I had this one friend to where, like, we stayed falling out and getting back friends. But now, as I done got older, once we fall out, you know, I don't wish you no ill will, but it ain't no more getting back cool, because we too grown for all that. You know, unless it was something stupid, then, you know, like I always say, you can forgive your man, you can forgive your friend. Unless it's something stupid, then, you know, I'm all for you getting back cool with your friend. But like, all that falling out every 3 to 5 business days and getting back cool and then going live telling each other business, like, no, I'm not. That shit happened, I'm not finna get back cool with you. And then when we fall out, People show you how they really feel about you. They been saying stuff. They say stuff that they been want to say for years or months. Like, oh, this how you really feel? Like, okay, this how you really feel. So I told myself, like, with me falling out with people, I'm never like gonna be back cool with you again. Like, you know, I done got to the point to where I value my peace over being cool with somebody. And that's another reason why I don't have friends, y'all. Like, growing up, like, even in school, like, I'm not gonna count to y'all, I fought a lot because a lot of people thought that they could bully me because I was always to myself. I had maybe like 3 friends, like, and like I said, I wasn't that girl who was very fortunate. Like, I came to school and hand-me-downs, you know. I didn't have name brand stuff when school started. I didn't have Jordans. I didn't have Nikes, you know. For my prom, I had to wear a I had to wear a dress that my friend let me borrow, you know. And so people thought that they couldn't pick with me all the time because of shit like that. But, you know, so I had to, what Glow say, come through and bow a hole, period. The fuck, cause you know, I might look like this, but baby, I'm built like that, okay? But nah, but yeah, I'm just saying, like, my household was very toxic growing up. Like I said, I got so sick of it. Like, me and my mom never had the best relationship, like, as far as my childhood growing up. Like, she was never really there like that. She was kind of in and out. So they had an effect on my adulthood. But like I said, I'm not on here to bash anybody. I'm just on here to share my experience with toxic relationships. And it ain't even it ain't gotta be just like relationship like with a boy. Like I said, I had toxic friendships. I done had toxic family members. I done had toxic men in my life. And I done been toxic. Because, you know, you have to unlearn. When you grow up around that behavior, you have to unlearn that behavior. Because, and that's something that I've been trying to do, y'all. I've been kind of on this little healing journey since I grow up, y'all. I can't even talk. I've been on this little healing journey since I done, you know, being single and whatnot. But, like, I'm not gonna cap to y'all. Going through the things that I went through in a toxic relationship, that shit really changes you. Like, I don't give a nigga, let me rephrase this, sorry, y'all. I don't give a man a time of day. I don't give a man a time of day. Like, I don't. And I feel like that may not be fair because, you know, I just don't want no dealings with no man. Like, y'all, I just don't. Like, that stuff changes you. Like, it changes your mindset. It changes you mentally. It changes you physically. Like, it was been plenty of nights where I sat and cried and, like, and just wanted to know, like, what was wrong with me? Like, is something wrong with me? Why do I keep attracting these type of men? Why do everybody keep, you know, doing me wrong? Why do I keep getting cheated on? Like, I bitch know how to cook. I bitch know how to clean.
Cook and clean and wash everything. Smart.
Good in the bed. Like, you know, I know I do the whole 9, but there's something that I learned with growing is that a man gonna do what he wanna do at the end of the day. That's why it's good to have self-love, because you cannot base your love off how a man treats you. Because if you base your self-love off how a man treats you, and you see yourself how a man treats you, and a man treats you downright bad, you just gonna be sitting there like, damn, like, am I even worth living? But no, baby, you are. Because let me tell you something. You have to start within. You have to heal within. You have to start that healing. You know, you are nothing, but you can't love nobody else if you don't love yourself. Like, and that's something that I learned, y'all, because I didn't love myself for a long time. But I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like, I had lost myself in a relationship. I had lost myself. I really did. I had stopped dressing up. I stopped getting my nails did. And then I was struggling. We were struggling financially. So, you know, I couldn't afford to do a lot of things. And, like, I just had lost myself. Like, I didn't go out with my friends, cousins, like the friends that I had been friends with for years. I really wasn't around them like that. I kept myself in the house. And then on top of it, like I said, I don't have friends. So I'm already naturally a loner. He was my only friend. But it's something that I learned, y'all, is that no matter where relationship you get in, you have to have a life outside of your relationship. Because if you do not have a life outside your relationship, your life will consist of your significant other life. And you will get so consumed in your significant other life that you would just be so up under them. And that's not healthy. Like, that's not healthy at all. Like, even if you're in a relationship, I know a lot of people abandon their friends like your relationship. Don't abandon your friends. Go out with your friends. Go out to lunch date. Go out to brunch. Go do all that. because at the end of the day, you and him might not work out, and you gonna have your friends to pick you up every time. So, and that's something that I learned because I stopped living. Like, I stopped living so I can live for him. Everything was revolved around him. Everything was him. And I lost myself. Like, you know, a relationship didn't work out. Like, I had lost myself, y'all. So I told myself if I was to ever get in another relationship, I vow that I would never, ever, you know, get so caught up in my significant other life that I forget to live mine. You know, we young, we 23. I mean, well, I'm 23. You know, we in our early 20s, late 20s, or however, we still young. You know, we still have a whole life ahead of us if the Lord say the same. But, you know, y'all, it's a lot. But it's a lot that goes with it because everybody was raised up different. A lot of people was raised off survival. A lot of people was raised off love. You know, a lot of people was missing their fathers. A lot of people was missing their mother, or maybe even both. You know, it's just, you have to be cautious when you decide to blend your life in with somebody because you just never know. Like, you just never know. And it's just something that I had, that I learned, y'all, because it wasn't easy for me. Like, that relationship kind of made me scared to get into another one because it was so horrible. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say every moment was bad because every moment was definitely not bad. We had good moments, but the bad definitely outweighed the good, if you get what I'm saying. You know, I was, like I said, young, dumb, and I'm using some primer, y'all, to primer my face before I go in with my foundation. And this is some Milani primer. Girl, I got this from Walmart for like $5. So yeah. But y'all, it's just, and like I said, even with friendships, like, we're too old. Like, my peace, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm blonde, I can't see. My peace is worth more than anything. I know that's right. I will cut you off like now. But I can honestly say, through all the toxic mess, it taught me a lot. Like, it taught me when you're dating somebody, never put your eggs in one basket. You know, may the man with the most, that apply the most pressure wins. Like, never. And that's another thing that I kind of feel like us as women, we make mistakes when we're dating because, okay, when you're dating, you're not dating exclusive. Like, you're dating to see, you know, what man you want to give a chance to, what man you see a relationship with. Like, when I used to date only one person and focus on them. I used to already be like, I'm in a relationship. No, you can't do that. I know that might sound hoish, but you can't do that because at the end of the day, you can't put all your eggs in one basket. You have to keep your options open. You have to keep your options open to know what you're dealing with. Because what if you don't work out? Okay, let's try this one. You know, on to the next. You can't get so wrapped up in one person when you're dating and then it don't work out. Now you butthurt. Now you don't know, you know, now you heartbroken. That keeps you from being heartbroken. I don't care what nobody say. Like, not focusing just on one person when you're dating. I can see if, you know, that person, y'all been dating for a little minute, y'all been talking, y'all want to go to the next step, now y'all dating exclusively. Okay, this is fine to focus on just him because y'all done made it to the next step. But when you're just out exploring your options, don't just focus on one person. That's something that I wish I learned because, baby, when I was with him, I focused solely on him, literally. Definitely did. This is Maybelline For Me Foundation. I got this from Walmart as well. It was like $8, $7. Like I said, y'all, I'm not no makeup guru, but yeah, y'all. And another thing, let's get into these toxic family members. Like, if you're anything like me and you wasn't raised, you know, by your mom or by your dad was in your life, you have daddy issues or whatnot, you know, you probably can relate to me. Hold on, y'all, because I'm not gonna lie, me and my mom relationship was toxic for a while. Like, when I was younger, I ended up like leaving my aunt and my uncle to go stay with her. I stayed with her for about like 6 months. And things didn't work out because we didn't really know each other. You know, like, we didn't really know each other. She didn't really know nothing about me. I didn't know nothing about her. You know, like, I felt abandoned. You know, I was just like, you know, why you never came back for me? You know, stuff like that. So that's another story for another day. But it's just like, I say all this to say is that you can break those generational curses, baby. You know, I'm not where I want to be in life. I'm not the person that I want to be. I'm not in the career that I want to be in. Like, I'm not exactly where I want to be in life, but I am I'm thankful because I'm in a better position than I was 2 years ago. 2 years ago when I was with my ex, you know, we was house hopping. Before I got with my ex, I was house hopping. When I moved out at 17, I was house hopping. I, you know, was here and there, living with some of everybody. You know, my ex, me and him, you know, we had houses together. We was into it. We always, you know, the whole nine. But now, here I am 2 years later, and I'm flourishing. I moved from my hometown. I stay in a new city now. I have a better paying job now. You know, I'm not, like I said, I'm not exactly where I want to be. But I'm getting there. You know, I'm a work in progress. Like I said, I'm only 23, you know, and I got my head on straight. Like, I know that I don't want to be nothing like my family members. I know that I don't want, even though you come from a broken family, make sure a broken family don't come from you. And that's something somebody told me, and it always stuck with me. Because I'm just like, you know, it's okay to, you know, it's okay to, like, have those toxic moments and live in those, because even though toxicness is not good, it teaches you what not to put up with in the future. It teaches you what not to deal with, and it teaches you about that your peace is more important when you go through some toxic shit with a toxic person, because it's toxic people all around. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, toxic friends, toxic men, toxic parents, toxic jobs. Like, yes, like, I ain't gonna lie, when I first moved to Little Rock, I had a toxic job. I was working at the gas station, y'all. I'm a regular girl. I don't have no BBL. I work a 9 to 5. I stay in a regular apartment. I don't have no high rise, none of that. But when I moved to Little Rock, I was working at the gas station, and the job was so toxic. Like, I got to fighting, y'all. I got to fighting at the job. Like, I feel like if it gets to the point where I have to put my hands on you at a job, baby, I'm just gonna quit. And I quit because, you know, you have to remove yourself from those toxic situations, because, baby, like I said, it's 2024. We're not doing toxic shit no more. No, we not. And we breaking generational curses, and we moving on with our lives. We not dealing with it because, baby, peace is too valuable to just be out here letting people play with your peace. It's too special to be out here letting people play with your peace. It really is, y'all. When I tell you I did not know a true sense of peace until I left my hometown, left my relationship, and left everything, and I've been in this apartment, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, it get lonely. I live by myself. I don't have no friends where I stay. If I do anything, I have to go back to my hometown, you know, to go be with my cousins and my friends. But, like, I'm not gonna cap to y'all, I get lonely at night. I get lonely up in here. I don't have nobody, but let me tell you something. It's a peace that I never felt before. And I love it. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. I have my lonely days to where I be wishing I had a man holding me. I be wishing I had friends I can call to come over, because I love cooking. So I be wishing that I could have somebody to come over. Hey girl, I'm finna cook, make us some mixed drinks. I don't have none of that. But it's okay though, because let me tell you something, your peace is worth more than a temporary friendship and a temporary relationship that's gonna disturb you. I'm letting y'all know that now. And this is some wise words from Koya Simone, okay? Because let me tell y'all, I wasn't at peace for a long time. And I'm still trying to, you know, gain my peace and everything. Like, I have more peace than what I did. But, you know, you just have to know what's best for you, because in a world where social media is glamorizing a lot of bullshit, normalizing a lot of bullshit, I don't fit in with this generation. I'm sorry, I don't. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't have my raunchy, my ratchet times, my ratchet moments. I don't have my out twerking on the sunroof of my friend. Boy, you know this ass. But the mindset that this generation is trying to normalize will never be my mindset. I'm an old soul. I'm definitely an old soul, y'all. I was raised up by my aunt and uncle that were older. My uncle's like 70-something. My aunt is like 50. I have an old soul. So it's just like, this shit that they normalizing now, I'm not fucking with it. Like, and everything that I done been through, you got one time to jeopardize my peace, baby. You got to go, okay? You got to go. Like, I'm not even playing it. And that's why I'm so glad that I went through what I went through at a young age, because, y'all, it taught me. Like, it taught me what not to deal with. And I'm not saying that because you have people out here that's 40 and 50, and they still dealing with bullshit. And that's why I'm glad. No shade to the people, because, like I said, you know when you tired. But it's no shade to the older people, but it's just like, I'm glad that I went through what I went through at a young age, because hold on, y'all. I'm glad I went through what I went through at a young age because it taught me what not to deal with in the future. It definitely did. I can honestly say. Song. That was my song, y'all. But oh, sorry, my camera is just moving. But I forgot what I was saying. Y'all, I forgot what I had said. I'm sorry, I got distracted. But needless to say, y'all, is that I forgot. Yeah, I got a bad brain. Especially, I'm just raw dogging my, I don't like that. I'm just raw dogging my videos. Like, I didn't plan nothing I was going to say. I just, I said I'm going to sit down and do my makeup and whatever just comes out. And we're just going to go with the vibes. Because this is vibing with Queen Simone, okay? And I think this concealer that I just put under my eye is way too light. This is why I don't do makeup right here because I'm probably going to be looking like a clown. But we finna finesse it and we finna make it work. But, yeah, needless to say, y'all, is that it's never too late to get out of a toxic situation. Like, it's never too late to get your peace back, to get your sanity back. Because I'm going to tell you something. Love, especially toxic, like, love situations, that shit we having you feel like a whole different person. I'm not even lying. Like, I'm not even lying, y'all. Like, I'm so thankful for the lessons, though. Because, like, it's been plenty of times. And let me tell you something that I haven't said yet, y'all. Make sure... y'all gotta make sure y'all pray and, give it to God. Because this is something about me that a lot of people don't know. I'm a preacher's kid. Even though, I call my uncle my dad because he raised me and he was a pastor and my aunt was she was a first lady. I grew up in church. I never missed a Sunday. I never missed a Bible study, praise dancing, choir, vacation Bible school, you name it. I was there. So it's just like, I grew up in the church, and I'm not gonna lie, like, when I got older, when I moved out at 17, I stopped going because I kind of felt like growing up, church was forced on me. I love my God, don't get me wrong, without a shadow of a doubt, baby. I'm gonna praise him in the midst of it all. But I feel like growing up, church was like kind of forced on me, and I tried my hand when I got older to try to, get back into the church, but like, the churches these days, y'all, it's just not the same. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I went to 2 churches and the pastor tried to talk to me. I'm not gonna sit up and go to church every Sunday and listen to no hypocrite and you preach the word and you trying to, you sliding in my DMs, trying to come. Like, what? You the pastor. What is going on? But nah, y'all, but like, I feel like it's good to have a personal relationship with God, whether you go to church or not. Your belief, your belief is your belief. At the end of the day, whether whoever you worship, but me personally, I worship God. But I feel like it's good to have a personal relationship with God because let me tell you something, prayer works, honey. And I tell you something, like, I feel like a lot of things went wrong in my life because, like, in my relationship and stuff, because I didn't pray. Prayer works. I had to literally pray myself out the relationship. And let me tell you something that happened. Like, I ain't gonna lie, for a long time, I didn't pray. For a long time, I stopped praying. For a long time, I stopped acknowledging God. And when I stopped acknowledging him and I stopped, y'all like a clown. But it's okay, we're gonna get it fixed. When I stopped acknowledging God and I stopped praying, I went through the worst. I lost my kids. I went through the worst of my relationship, whatever. But then I started back praying, started back talking to him. And I was just like, God, deliver me from this relationship. Like, please deliver me from this relationship. And like, y'all, I kid you not. I cannot make this up. I kid you not. Like, a week after I said that prayer, the thing that broke us up for good happened. I'm not gonna get too deep in detail, but like, our heel broke loose. And I've been single ever since. Literally. I've been single. I'm setting my face, y'all, with this, whatever this is, this setting powder. I got this from Dollar General. I don't do expensive makeup because I don't wear it every day, but yeah. The thing that broke us up for good happened. And like, our hell broke loose. And I knew then it was a wrap. I knew then it was over with. But it was about time for me to let that go, y'all. Because it's only so much a woman can take. Even with a man, it's only so much a person can take. And dealing with the things that I dealt with mentally, emotionally, and physically, it was about time for me to let that go. Like, I was into my family with this man, about this man, because they was so ready for me to leave, but I did not want to leave. I kept going back. I break up with him for like a week, and I just kept going back. Like, it was that bad to where I was into with my family and shit. But y'all, I'm so glad that God delivered me from that relationship, delivered me from that situation. I'm learning day by day. I'm still a work in progress. Like I said before, I'm not where I want to be. I'm not where I want to be physically or financially, but I'm here. I'm here, y'all. And I'm here to share my testimony with y'all. I'm here to, talk to y'all about it, because something I said might help get somebody through their toxic relationship, they toxic family or whatnot, And I just thank God that he put me in a position to, to speak out. Like, for a long time, yeah, and I'm just so glad, because I know, like I said before, I'm all over the place. I'm just so excited, y'all, because this is something I have been wanting to do. Like I said, I started my channel, doing nails, but that's something I was doing at the time. But, like, I've always wanted to just sit in front of the camera and talk, because I love talking. Like, I just love talking, and this is something I've been wanting to do for a long time, y'all. But, yeah, we're just going to get into I'm not even halfway doing my face, y'all. I can't multitask for nothing, but it's okay. Hold on. Yeah, I forgot to put my liquid contour down. But it's okay. We're gonna fix it. Let me see. And y'all, this is some black opal contour. I don't even got the top on it. They let you know how unorganized I am. We're not gonna do it too dark, because I don't like my contour too dark. We just gotta blend it out like that. But y'all comment what y'all want to see me talk about, what videos y'all want me to see, videos y'all want to see, and the questions y'all might want to ask, because we're taking a new direction with this channel, y'all, and I'm just so excited about it, because it's just like, this is something I have been thinking on and thinking about for a long time, because I was sitting here thinking, like, dang, like, maybe I shouldn't change up the content, because, I started out doing nails and everything, and people gonna be like, my followers, they follow me because of the nails. So it's just like, I didn't want to change things up, but I had to just take a change. I just didn't want to do nails anymore, and this is something that I wanted to do. This is something I feel comfortable doing. This is something I talk all day long. I talk so much on other social media platforms, so it's just like, why not? Why not try something different? And maybe I could be more consistent with this, because I feel like if you do something you don't really like, or do something you don't really care about, you're not really gonna be consistent with it. And I feel like that's why I wasn't consistent with the nails, because it's just like, I just didn't really care for it. Like, I started feeling the way I was feeling, and I just fell out of love with it, y'all. Like, but back to the toxicness, because I ain't gonna lie, I got ADHD, so this video probably all over the place. But it's okay. It's okay, though. Back to the toxicness, y'all. Also, I'm gonna point this out, because a lot of people, when they do these toxic videos about, toxic friendships or whatever, they don't never take accountability sometimes. Like, there's a lot of people who explain, like, they don't really never take accountability. Like, I'm not gonna cap, like, y'all, I had my toxic ways, but when I did my little shadow work and I went on started my little healing journey, I learned a lot of my toxic ways. And sometimes, it's not gonna lie to y'all, I started taking a liking, like my papa say. I started taking a liking into this boy. Like, this was probably what, like, maybe, like, 5 months ago. I started talking to this boy where I live or whatever. I met him at a gas station. We exchanged numbers, whatnot. And, we was just, we was talking, texting. Like I told you, I don't get nobody the time of day. So I started off, like, texting slowly. I give people my number, don't even respond. Because I'm not going to get shot up when I give you my number. But, I kind of started liking him a little bit. When I actually started giving him conversation, I actually started liking him. So, we started, like, chilling with each other, going, doing things. We went on a couple dates. He came to my house. We chilled a little bit. We never had sex or anything, y'all. Like, I'll tell you, I've been on my little celibacy journey. I made like 140 days a couple days ago. And so, yeah, but anyways, I liked him because we could sit down and talk about a lot of things. It's a lot of people you can't sit down and talk and have a friendly debate because they get offended or they think it's you. They think you're arguing. I can't talk, y'all. They think you're arguing or something like that, and like it just never worked out. But like he was one of them type of people that I could just literally sit down and talk about a lot of different topics and talk about a lot of different things. But I'm not gonna lie, y'all, he made me realize something about myself. One day we were talking about what were we talking about, y'all? I'm trying to remember what we were talking about. We were talking about okay, we were talking about like, you know, women not being women anymore, and you know, women not being submissive anymore or whatever. And so I kind of got offensive to him, and because I'm just like, you know, women not submissive anymore because these men not doing what they supposed to be doing to be submitted to. You know, I kind of got offended or whatever, and you know, we were just having a normal conversation, but he made me notice something about myself. He was like, you have a defense mechanism. Like, you always think somebody is coming for you. Like, you always think, you know, that was just a general statement, and you think somebody, I must have hit a nerve. You know, you think somebody is coming for you. You think somebody is always attacking you, and that's not always the case. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, like, I grew up with anger issues. I always thought somebody was coming for me. I always thought somebody, like, you could say something and I'm gonna be like, bitch, wait. Like, you know, I used to always think somebody was always attacking me. But he made me realize that about myself, because let me tell y'all something. Growing up, I always had to defend myself. I always had to defend myself. Like, I never had nobody there to defend me. I never had no big brother to defend me. My mama didn't defend me. I didn't have no daddy to defend me. Like, you know, my sisters and stuff, they'll be there. But, like, when it came down to it, it was always me defending myself. I got jumped like 3 times. Like, it was always me defending myself. So I instilled in my mind that I wasn't finna let nobody play with me. You know, I wasn't finna let nobody play with me. But as I got older and I started doing my shadow work, I had to stop that behavior. I had to unlearn that behavior, because you can't take everything as an offense. You know, be offensive defensive towards everything, because, you know, that's not a good trait to have. And he ended up making me realize that about myself, y'all, because I was just like, damn, I kind of am always, you know, being defensive and, you know, jumping. And that's something I had learned in my relationship. Like, my ex used to talk bad to me. He used to always say shit to kind of hurt my feelings, and I used to have to defend myself. So I'd be quick on it. Like, as soon as you say something, you know, I'd be quick with a response, because that's all I ever experienced. But he kind of like made me notice that about myself, y'all, and I was just like, damn, like, you right, you know. Still to this day, we don't have no bad blood or nothing, but like we ended up stopped talking because some things didn't work out with us or whatever. He had some other stuff going on. Well, he was a good friend. Like, we don't have no bad blood with each other. But, like, he really did make me realize that about myself. And that's another thing about shadow work, y'all. Like, I take accountability. Like, I'm not going to sit here and blame nobody else for something, or sit here and blame if something happened, put out a blame on them. Because I'm like I said before, I'm not perfect. I have my flaws. I have my toxic ways. I had times where I hit people first, you know, when we could be arguing, I'm gonna hit your ass. Like, I accept that. But, you know, I'm learning. I'm unlearning always and replacing them with new ways, so I could be a better person. You know, so I can be a better person. I feel like that's what comes with growing up. Like, when you grow up, hold on, y'all. I like to set my face in between makeup, you know. But I feel like, you know, when you're growing, you know, when you're growing mentally, physically, and spiritually, like, it's all about, how can I put this? It's all about unlearning your old ways and improving yourself, because you want to be the best version of yourself, y'all. Like, you have to learn stuff about you. And then, like I said in my last video, shadow work and doing the inner work for yourself, that is the most hardest shit ever, y'all. I'm not even gonna cap to y'all. Like, this is the most hard and depressing shit ever, because you have to sit here and literally go in and see what's the root of your problems. Like, why are you like that? You know, you have to go back to childhood trauma, if you got any childhood trauma, what your triggers are, what triggers you, you know, And that's what I have to learn. Like you have to learn it because you can't be your best self for somebody else if you're not gonna be your best self for you first. Because you have to change. You have to want change. You have to change for you. You can't change for nobody else. You have to change. I grabbed the wrong thing. You can't change for nobody else. You have to change for yourself first. And that's something that I had learned because, like I said, I'm not perfect, y'all. I'm still learning. Like, I'm still a work in progress. I'm still getting it together. You know, I said before, in the world, we're in a generation where a lot of bullshit is being normalized. Be you. Be true to yourself. And social media, people be trying to keep up with this social media facade and keep up with this social media image, baby. Social media is fake. Social media is not real. Social media is an illusion. You have to make sure that you're at peace and happy with yourself in real life. You can't get on here, like I said, that normalize a lot of bullshit. You get on here trying to live for social media, baby. You will never be at peace. You will never be happy. You will never be, you will always be trying to impress social media. Be yourself, honey. Like, you have to literally be yourself and don't get caught up in the social media shit. Because like I said, social media is normalizing being toxic. They're normalizing being hoes. They're normalizing cheating. They're normalizing having babies with married men. They're normalizing a lot of shit that's not healthy. It's not. Like, I'm just gonna be real with y'all. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and cap like I just got a clean slate. Like, I ain't did a lot of ratchet shit, but I'm learning, and that's what comes with growing up. That's what comes with growing up. That's what comes with learning. That what comes with a lot, like, with want to better yourself. Because I told myself, and then another thing I'm going to say, y'all, like I said, I know this video all over the place, but another thing I'm going to say, y'all, is that you have to have standards. When it comes to dating, when it comes to being with these men, you have to have standards, and you have to stand firm on your standards. Whatever you set your standards to be, you can't let up for nobody. If they don't meet them standards, on to the next, because it's somebody out there that will. Because let me tell y'all, I so called myself having standards growing up. My ex baby daddy, what you gonna call it, he didn't meet none of them. But you have to stand on it because people will literally play on you. They will play on your top. They will call you bougie. You know how many times I've been called bougie? Baby, I'm not bougie. I'm just as hood as it get. Like, I'm just, you know, I went through that shit and I'm not letting up for nobody. Like, then my standards. Get with it, get lost. Like, I don't deal with nobody who don't have their own stuff because I have my own house, I have my own job, I have my own place, I have my own car. You don't have I have stuff going for myself. You don't have anything going for yourself. I'm not dealing with you. You don't have your own. I'm not dealing with you. You have 2 baby mamas. I'm not dealing with you. You might say I'm picky, but that's just the experience that I have because my ex, he also had a kid, and I just like that's just an experience I had. And can't nobody fault you for your standards. Your standards are your standards. Don't let nobody make you feel any less for setting your standards, because at the end of the day, you know how you want to be treated. You know that you don't want to go through what you went through before. So get with it, get lost. That's all I got to say about it. And that helped me get through a lot. Like, these 2 years being single, that helped me dodge a lot of busters. Having standards. That helped me dodge a lot of busters, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, and I got these lashes from the hair store. Look how cute they are. It's a hair store right down the road from my house. And I got these lashes from the hair store. And they're so pretty. Oh, but like I said, y'all, comment and see, you know, comment down what y'all want me to talk about. Ask me questions. Comment in the videos y'all would like for me to see me do. You know, I'm all down for everything, y'all, because I'm so excited that I'm just taking this new turn. I've been using the crap out these paper towels, but I'm so excited that I'm just taking a new turn in my YouTube journey. Like, we on the road to 500. I know if I would have never quit, y'all, I've been on YouTube a year now. I looked at my videos and I posted my first video 1 year ago, a year and a couple months ago, and I know if I would have kept going, I probably would have been at 1K by now, probably more. But, you know, it's okay. You know, mine is setback for a major comeback because players fuck up. Players fuck up all the time. But it's okay, though. It's okay because we getting back to it. We getting back to it. And this time, we're not letting up for nobody, no matter what we going through. And let me tell you something. Another reason why I be wanting to do these type of talk videos is because, let me tell you something. a lot of stuff I've been going through and a lot of stuff like I've been having bottled up, and just talking about it feels so good. Just sitting in front of the camera, just talking it out, letting it all out, it just feels so good. And with me not having no friends, really nobody to vent to, y'all my friends. So I'm gonna get out here and I'm gonna vent. I'm gonna get out here and I'm gonna talk, and we gonna rock out, okay? You know, so, and I like people to know the authentic me, like, for real. I think I want my couture a little bit deeper, but yeah, and we gonna rock out like that, y'all. And that's dead on dead, okay? And people tell me all the time, like on Snapchat and stuff, they were like, "Girl, your personality, like," and I feel like I have a great personality, and I would love to share that with y'all. And like I said, I love to talk. I know I done sat here and talk y'all head off for like an hour. But it's okay though. It's okay though. Okay. We finna do these. Hold on, y'all. Let me. And y'all taught myself how to do makeup like 4 years ago. YouTube University. Okay, we can somewhere. Okay. All right, so we're gonna do a little 1-2, little highlight, little 1-2. And y'all, I like to spray my brush when I do my highlight. I'm gonna do my little highlight, little 1-2. Oh shit, shoot. And I don't really like no real bright highlight. This is just my everyday look. This is how I do my makeup every single day, y'all. Literally. This is how I do my makeup. This is my everyday look. Okay, we're gonna spray. All right. Where my eyeballs at? Because I can't see. Whew. We're gonna fan it, y'all. I wipe my glasses off. I hate that my ring light be reflecting off my glasses. I really hate that. Okay. It's the finished look, y'all. Don't mind my hair. I'm gonna go fix that. But yeah, this is the finished look, y'all. This is what we doing. My little 1-2, little natural beat. I hope y'all enjoyed this girl talk video. And like I said, drop in the comments what y'all want to see me talk about in the future, with the next video. You know, engage with me, y'all. I know I've been gone for 6 months, but I promise not to be gone that long again. But you know, let's get to this 500 followers, y'all. I mean 500 subs, y'all. See you on the next one. Bye.